My name is I'm visiting from Chicago. I'm in medical practice. And first of all, I'd like to thank for the contribution which came from Mr. Khanna. Without Mr. Khanna, anybody who does not belong in India or does not know the system would have not appreciated or understood or comprehended the professor from Hawaii. What Khanna has done, or what previous conditioning of our behavior, of our responses to the circumstances, that's how we respond to the upcoming events is decided by our previous experiences and our bringing up and conditioning based on religion and social customs. And it's been elaborated earlier, so I won't go much detail. I want to touch the point of vandalism on Gandhi Memorial in Delhi, and I want to express that majority for sitting here.
Conduct shown by some people in desecrating Mahatma Gandhi's tomb, and also for the reason that the points that are made are not adequately reflected in the media coverage shown here. Both Pramod Khanna and Maya Chadha refer to the fact that what is said about against Hinduism or against Gandhi is not all true. What we have to bear in mind, so let me make just one point. The so-called hardcore of Hindus, we conform to the fourth house, that is Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, would probably come to about, according to one estimate, about 15% of the total population in the country.
I was a victim of the non-fulfillment of the reservations. I tried 3 times to get into the civil service in the classroom job in UPSC in Delhi. First time I passed the theory, but they failed me in the interview. Second time they gave me the class 2. That means it's less than the best. And I did not give up. I went the third time and I got the class 1. Therefore, within 3 years I became an executive engineer, which many of the people from India probably know. At that time, I was responsible for putting those granite stones in Gandhi Samadhi. I was the executive engineer in charge of those, placing those stones, and Jawaharlal Nehru came to see that in an informal way, not as a big function when it is being constructed. And at the same time, there was another project also for Dalai Lama's people. I was there building a place, a temple, and all these things came even in the newspaper. Anyway, this is just historical fact, because when I read some time ago, not today, that they are vandalizing, it really hurt me. We can express, feelings, we can write, and he was there because of other reasons. He was doing so many things, and I don't want to go into the details, but that was not a good idea. But one more comment on the reservations. No doubt, the talk of 20% reservation, 27% is all, I don't want to say that, but I will say bullshit. Because only 1%, as we know, of the reserved seats are filled. Now, they are talking about giving not only for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, but other backward classes, 27%, bringing 50%. And many people here, at least in this country, do not know what the other backward class means. They think of them as scheduled caste. So many times, in so many magazines, I have seen people talking about that.
In Eleanor's pictures was, we have to remember that Dr. Ambedkar himself, in his second marriage, married Brahmin, and that is sort of a symbol of what one might hope that his life is all about. That ultimately India would reach this state where that kind of marriage wouldn't marry in a sense at all. So I think that picture is something really important to sort of look at and ask, why did he do it in the end? and even though she was a doctor, he had other reasons to do it, and it should be kept in mind. It's a vision in its own right of what India might ultimately reach. The second thing I'd just like to mention is that we know that he came to Columbia and took his PhD in 1916, but he was the only one here at that time from his community. And yet today we have all of these learned doctors and professors, engineers, right in this audience with us here today. So on the one hand, it's a testimony to what Dr. Ambedkar was able to do to motivate the people to go ahead and do these things. But on the other hand, it says that something must be happening in India, and maybe the reservations to some extent have been successful. The problem is, you see, some people feel it's not enough and not going fast enough, and other people feel it's too much and going too fast. But that's true of politics here in a sense too. And on that, nobody will ever agree. On the other hand, it makes me feel
Ambedkar Centenary Committee, we extend our hearty appreciation to South Asian Institute of Columbia University and Dean Greenberg for actively participating in Dr. Ambedkar Centenary celebration. This is a historic place where world-renowned humanitarian and great Indian leader Dr. Ambedkar was conferred his first PhD degree by Columbia University in 1917. At the age of 25, not many people get the degree at the age of 25. We are especially thankful to Professor Yengde of Columbia University, Professor Lynch of NYU for their valuable efforts and advice throughout the year for the celebration and also for the economic sessions. We are very grateful to have among us Dr. Elnar Zeli, Professor Galanter, Dean Jagensmar, Professor Quinn, and many others.
So we can all get back here at 1:30 for the really very interesting program that has been gathered here for you. Okay.
Mrs. Dayal, Mrs. Meena Singh, please come to the stage right now.
भक्ति भाव श्रद्धा सुमने तुला अर्पिताना कंठदा तुलिये अमृता पूर लोचनाना वचनाना तुझी स्मृती अंतःकरणी दुःख कोरता आहे सुगंधा दिगंधात वाहे दिगंधात वाहे भारतीय घटनेचा शूद्र म्हणून जय जय मानव हीन जय कले समातून काढून तातू प्रकाशित केले प्रकाशित केले कोटी कोटी जनते तातू मार्गदीप आहे सुगंधा दिगंधात वाहे दिगंधात वाहे भारतीय घटनेचा चंदना परी तुझी धुनी कष्ट सोसले ज्ञान सूय तुझी अमुता तूच बोधी वृक्ष तूच बोधी वृक्ष तुझी कथा इतिहासाला साक्षीभूत आहे सुगंधा करी तव कीर्ती दिगंधात वाहे दिगंधात वाहे भारतीय घटनेचा तू शिल्पकार आहे शिल्पकार आहे शिल्पकार आहे.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vendor Kunil.
Your Excellencies, friends, the birth of Dr. Ambedkar on the 14th of April is very significant. This is the day that is the beginning of a new year for all those who are in the South Asian countries. According to astrology, this is the day that the sun moves from Pisces to Aries and beginning a new cycle. This period is also celebrated in the West as Easter, which is of course related to the resurrection of Christ. Now the connection between spring, Easter and the New Year with the birth of Dr. Ambedkar is very significant because Dr. Ambedkar sowed the seeds of a new social order in India and the world at large. He was a social reformer and a champion of human rights, fighting for equality, fraternity and freedom. He was basically, of course, an economist, and a political scientist, his interest in religion was mainly as a tool to his strategy. He taught that ethical principles of religion should be practiced not merely at an individual level, but more importantly on a social level. The proof of the value of a religion lies in how the religion impacts the society in uplifting the morals, the political and economic conditions of that society. He saw that Indian society could be uplifted through Buddhism by emphasizing the social principles of the Buddha's teaching. By using Buddhist philosophy, he took the middle path between two extremes. The extreme of Marxist socialism and capitalist individualism. He found in Buddhism an alternative to the Marxist challenge. Dr. Ambedkar, in using Buddhism, was really dissatisfied with the traditional Buddhism that was emphasizing the ideal of liberation of the individual and ignoring the social reformation. He saw in Buddhism a method of liberating society from its ills, not through violence, but through re-education of the masses by showing the importance of social values like working for the common good of all, instead of working only for oneself. Like cultivating compassion instead of hatred and revenge, like learning cooperative teamwork instead of individualistic competition. Could be done to change that. Dr. Ambedkar accepted the idea of the Buddha that one does not become a Brahmin or an outcast by birth. He saw that the Hindu religion was defining ethical conduct as the performance of duties according to one's caste. For example, ethical conduct for the lower caste is to show respect to the upper caste. And ethical conduct for the upper caste was to show disrespect for the lower caste. This kind of ethics goes against the golden rule, do unto others as you would have others do unto you, which is the basis of Buddhist as well as all social ethics. According to the Buddha, the person who follows this golden rule is the true Brahmin, and one who breaks it is an outcast. In other words, the Buddha redefined the word Brahmin and outcast. This was what the Buddha meant when he said one becomes a Brahmin or an outcast by karma or what one does, not by one's birth. The Hindu society. It is extremely important for all Ambedkarites to understand this Buddhist social philosophy of Dr. Ambedkar, which he offered as a solution to their problem. In talking about this social philosophy, I feel it is my duty to add add a few words of advice. I have been associating with Ambedkarites for more than 10 years. I am sad to say that I still find in some of us a lot of individualism that prevents us from doing any teamwork. We also tend to become intolerant and unforgiving. What I am trying to say is that all Ambedkarites should take up seriously this message of the Buddhist socialist thinking if we are to benefit from our conversion. We should begin to practice love, compassion, tolerance, patience, forgiveness, and self-sacrifice. We all have our share of faults. None of us is perfect. Our aim should be not to be critical about others' faults, but to examine our faults, our own mistakes, and correct them, and thus grow and develop day by day. Not only to Indian society, but also to all societies in the world in general. To Dr. Ambedkar, all people were equal. Untouchables, Shudras, Vaishyas, Kshatriyas, Brahmins, blacks, whites, men and women. They were all equal, sharing a common humanity. May this new vision of Dr. Ambedkar, promoted by vision, be disseminated with success. May the world find peace through the teaching of the Buddha. May all beings be well and happy. Thank you.
The Ambedkar Centenary Celebrations Committee for providing me with an opportunity to pay my humble tribute to the memory of a great personality of our times. A person who did indeed leave behind him footprints on the sands of time. Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar was a scholar of repute, a distinguished lawyer, an untiring social reformer, the architect of India's constitution, the valiant champion of the untouchables of India, and a human rights worker who fought with a fierce tenacity to uphold, to defend the principles enunciated in the Declaration of Human Rights. Ambedkar was educated in universities of Bombay, Columbia, and in the London School of Economics. He was called to the bar in England as well as in India. He was professor of economics at the Centenary College of Commerce and Economics in Bombay. He was awarded the degree of Doctor of Science for his studies in monetary economics. He was influenced by the Western education that he received both in the United States of America and in Great Britain. Ambedkar had direct experience of the humiliation at the hands of caste Hindus. He revolted against those features of Hindu society which condoned, even encouraged, the ill treatment of the untouchables, their humiliation and oppression. Ambedkar equipped himself to give confidence, self-respect and dignity to his people. The untouchables were scattered throughout India. Ambedkar united them and gave them a common sense of purpose to fight man's inhumanity and cruelty to man. He made the Untouchables politically conscious. He founded a party called the Scheduled Castes Federation. In 1948, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru included Ambedkar in the first Union Cabinet of Independent India as Minister for Law and appointed him to chair the Constitution Drafting Committee.
You've heard a great deal today about Dr. Ambedkar, his life and his efforts, and rightly so, because remembrance is the only inoculation we have against repetition of the past. I'd like to make my own brief tribute to Babasaheb by placing him in the context of modern civilization and democracy. Modern civilization, the kind of humane, just, and free society to which decent men and women aspire today, has moved forward on a series of reforming thrusts. In the past century, we've seen these movements advance: struggles against slavery, against colonialism, struggles for freedom of religion, for a socially responsible state, struggles against discrimination, struggles for human rights. Among the most important of these redemptive and progressive efforts has been the struggle against discrimination. And today we commemorate one of the giants in that struggle. Babasaheb Ambedkar is both the symbol and catalyst of anti-discrimination, but he's something more. He was the leader of the movement to liberate the largest disadvantaged community in the world, the Dalits of India. The tragedy of untouchability in India was that it was so difficult to resist, sanctified by tradition and law. Untouchability had become part of the great Indian tradition. Important parts of law incorporated untouchability. And law is sacred in the Indian heritage. Dharma, Shudras, karma are manifestations of law. Some 2000 years ago, Hindu law was codified and classified for social practice by the mythic jurist Manu. The Manu Smriti made caste rules, consolidated them. As a result, the so-called depressed classes and castes, the untouchables of old, were largely disadvantaged. For centuries, the curse of untouchability prevented large numbers of Indians from making their full contribution to society. Around 3000 BC, Megasthenes, the Greek ambassador to the court of Chandragupta Maurya in Patna, described the prevalence of untouchability on a large scale in the Mauryan capital. Through history, somewhere around 2 to 3 billion people, that is about 3 times the population of India today, were victims of the curse of untouchability. For centuries, they were prevented from making their full contribution to society. We will never know what India and the world lost as a result. In the 20th century came reform and relief. Gandhiji, Nehru and other leaders of the independence struggle fought to liberate India from British colonialism. But they fought for something more, to create a free India, free from the accursed restrictions of caste. Gandhiji, with well-meaning intentions, in an inspired moment, called Untouchables Harijans, a title which Dr. Ambedkar did not very much like. From the midst of the untouchable community rose the great Harijan leader of modern India, Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. It was not easy for him to advance in those days, but he attained the level of eminence which Ambassador Kalpage has described to you. Ambedkar was not an easy man, but then great men rarely are. He strongly disagreed with Gandhiji on methods of untouchable representation, on ways of political protest, on interpretations of Hinduism. He never joined Congress. He was committed not only to the liberation of the untouchables, he was totally against the entire caste system, a higher level of egalitarianism about which many Congress leaders had ambivalent feelings. We know his role as India's first minister of law.